Artists' opinions don't matter. It just doesn't matter, because what matters is the opinion of the people that are buying the product. Like, it doesn't, like, your opinion on it, like, just because you do it doesn't, like, nobody cares.
This kind of brain rot that you need to have the idea of making money in your head at all times with whatever you create is the reason that we ended up in the situation we are in now, where the vast majority of the things that are consumed in a media form is just content, just regurgitated ideas and things that people think will either go viral, get them attention, or make them money in some way.
So almost all art has relatively no intrinsic value. If you are stranded on an island, would you rather have a cooler full of food, or would you rather have the Mona Lisa?
He just completely neglects the entire creative process and what that actually does for artists and what that does for people in general. Whether you're painting the Mona Lisa, whether you're making a movie. I just watched Dune last night, and Denis Villeneuve showed up at the theater that I was in, and he gave a little speech, and it really put into perspective that this insane spectacle that I am watching on screen was made by a man. And that's just so insane to me. It's so inspiring. And I know that when he did that, he was not out there every day thinking about what he could do best to make money off of this movie. He is just being a part of the creative process. He is putting himself into something because he wants to create something for other people to enjoy. And the best artists are not ones who are constantly thinking about, how can I get the most amount of people to enjoy this? How can I get the most monetary value out of the thing that I'm creating? Because that's not where real art comes from. That's what content creation is. This is the key difference between content creation and creating art. Art is not created because you want to appeal to the most mass audience that you can to gain the most money that you can. Art is created through the creative process. It's a pure expression of self. And whether people agree with that and buy your art or watch your art or consume it in whatever way is just a side effect of the benefits of the creative process.
But I'm making a general statement that's not always true, okay? So just please hold your exceptions. Please. I know you have an exception that you want to put out there and try to pretend like you're smart. I know.
How the does this dude have any audience left? Like, when you're speaking to your chat and you're like, I know you want to seem smart, you want to put an exception. Dude, what do you mean seem smart? You just sit on a fucking computer with a mic in front of your face all day talking bullshit out of your fucking ass. You, my dude, have zero intrinsic value. I know that because a lot of people watch you and you make a lot of money, you have tricked yourself into thinking that for some reason you have some sort of value, but you actually don't.
Art does not have a functional value. A Picasso painting is not going to do anything.
This obsession with something having value outside of the creation of the thing itself is so mind-blowing to me. Like, it must suck to live in a void where everything that you do and everything that you think must be put in terms of how can I benefit from this monetarily.
And I can give you another example of people that are making art that nobody cares about. Now, you can scroll down on this tweet, and most of the people that are being very angry are people that are making art that nobody cares about.
I actually can't believe how condescending he is. Like, if you scroll down on this tweet, there is a bunch of people that are making art that no one cares about. Yeah, maybe they care about it, dude. Maybe they care about their own art, and that's all that matters. I write poetry that no one will ever read, and that is somewhat embarrassing to admit, but I still do it. I've done it for a long time, and it's just something that helps me, that I appreciate on my own. I don't let anyone read it. I will never let anyone read all the things that I write because they're very sad, because I'm a sad guy, but it does a lot for my mental health. It does a lot for my brain. It does a lot for my confidence. It does more for me than it probably could ever do for another person. And that doesn't mean that it has no value because no one will ever see it.
Or you can go over to Twitch and you can go down to, let's go down to, I don't know, World of Warcraft, and let's scroll all the way down. And you're going to find people that have 1, 2, 0 viewers, and they're streaming the same as everybody else is, but nobody cares about them, and it doesn't really matter that they're streaming. There's no value to this stream. They're not going to make any money.
Again, why does the value have to be that there's a ton of people watching these people stream? Maybe they just actually like streaming. Like me, if I made this video and 0 people watched it, I will still feel good because this is something that I like doing. I enjoy doing this for myself. It doesn't matter to me if a whole bunch of people watch it or if no one watches it. Maybe these people streaming that have 1 to 2 viewers are ecstatic that they have 1 or 2 viewers because that's all they wanted. They just want to stream themselves playing video games and have 1 person watch it and 1 person be in their chat and say hello. Maybe it's just their friend and they just sit around with their friend all day streaming to just their friend and they chat. And maybe that's fulfilling enough. Maybe everything doesn't have to have value in your eyes, Asmongold.
Now, maybe they will in the future, but whenever they do in the future, the reason for that will be because people see value in them. That's because the artist is empowered by the people that consume their content. And it doesn't matter if it's a picture, it doesn't matter if it's a video, a stream, or anything. These things have value because other people say they do.
I will agree that there is a certain kind of empowerment that comes from when people enjoy what you are creating. For a true creative, the only thing that it does is it enables you to create more. That is the only benefit that I've ever seen, is if a person who is in a creative mindset creates something and that thing is perpetuated enough in the zeitgeist so that they can gain enough money to continue creating what they want to create, that's the only plus.
So whenever I say an artist's opinion doesn't matter on their art, it's because whenever an artist says this is worth $50 to me and somebody else says no, it's not, the artist can still try to charge $50 for it, but nobody has to buy it because that value is decided by the customer.
He can't escape the idea that art is just a product. Art is not a product. There is a difference between buying a bottle of shampoo or buying a hammer and buying a painting or creating a painting, okay? There's a significant difference. These two things are not the same.
That's the way it works, is whenever you go to market with a product, you have to meet the customer's demand. And it doesn't matter about what you think the world should be. It doesn't matter about how you view ethics in art. It doesn't matter about how you think trade should be. It doesn't matter about whether you're a capitalist or not. None of these things matter. The only thing fundamentally that matters is if what you are doing is perceived to have value in the eyes of the public.
This dude is just hell-bent on seeing art as a product. This was the frame of mind of artists. We would not have art anymore. Art would literally die.
And that's the way the world works. Now, I understand that there's a lot of people that are angry because I'm saying this. Don't shoot the messenger. Or do. That's fine. But the reality is that I'm still not wrong. And this reality will be proven every single second of every day until the end of time.
I don't know why this got under my skin so much. I think it's because we live in this era where there is so much content creation that it has fallen into this weird mindset that like everything must be content. Everything that is created must create value in some way or get you attention or clout or views in some way. And it's just fucking infuriating because it's led to a place where people no longer create things out of the need to create. They don't create things out of the want to express their creativity and express themselves through a medium that lets them say things that they couldn't possibly say with words. And that's the beauty of art. It's the beauty of paintings and music and poetry, any form of art that you can find out there. The reason that it's so impactful is because it is a person expressing themselves. And when you express yourself in a way that is honest and true, and you get deep down and you just pull from that place that everyone has in themselves, that's when art has the opportunity to be successful. That's when real art has the chance to become what he wants it to be, which is like monetarily valuable, I guess. And it's not because of it having inherent value or because it was created by an artist who is famous. It's because when you create something from that place, from that honest place inside you, it reflects in other people. It helps them think about themselves and think about their lives, and it impacts in ways that are unimaginable, in ways that can never be quantified, and in ways that have nothing to do with money. And that's why art is important. That's why film is important, and paintings are important, music is important, is because it helps us reflect on who we are. It helps us know more about ourselves than we currently do. It helps us see the world in different ways. And whether or not that has any value, any monetary value, is completely irrelevant. It does not matter, because the purpose of art is not to have value. It is to express yourself in a creative manner and have other people experience that expression in whatever way that they want to. This is a weird one. I know. Usually I'm laughing at TikToks or I'm, ripping on people. And I guess I'm kind of ripping on Asmond right now. But I really wanted to talk about how I feel about the creative process and art in general, and why it's important, and why I think it is slowly dying, because everyone is Asmongold now. Everything is so focused on how to create value and how to turn it into a product that there's no longer true expression of someone's being. And that is a damn shame, because the world needs more honesty. The world needs more art that has nothing to do with money, and just has everything to do with what it's like trying to make it through the day. All right. See you in the next one.